It's another episode of Marketing Minutes from SEMgeek's Digital Agency and Consultants. I'm SEO Strategist Matt Gorzynski, and today I'm going to be talking about how COVID-19 has changed local SEO strategies. So when COVID first came on the scene, companies needed to get their information out to consumers as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And some of the best ways to do that were through their Google My Business pages as well as their on-site content. So for Google My Business pages, that's that little panel on the right side of the screen. You'll see whenever you Google like a company's name or something like that. And it's a great way to get quick information and to get quick links to either their website or phone or their phone number. And it's a great use for companies just in everyday life, especially during coronavirus. Some things that were implemented when COVID first hit was these little X's and check marks for things like dine-in and curbside pickup that restaurants and other service industries were really able to use to communicate what was going on with their business and whether or not they were open or having trouble or partially open. So when Google implemented this, it really was a great way for companies to reach their consumers quickly. And also updating posts on Google My Business. Updating posts has always been a thing, but it was really important to stay on top of this during coronavirus because people needed information and they needed to know what was going on, who was open and who wasn't. So the more that you could build your content around that and post about it, the easier it was to communicate your message. As far as updating on-site content, there's a couple ways you could do this. Some popular ways that our clients were using was through banners and pop-up messages when people would go to their site, which you can see at the top. This is an example from a therapy website, just letting consumers know that it's now all online. There won't be anything in-house, and there's still ways to get their service. Secondly, you can create a whole new page. We had one client do this where they're just conveying their message of a whole different side of their business, another everything online type business. So that was a great way to get that message out. And then lastly, building your blogs and your content around coronavirus and ways that your business is changing, and just keeping all of your information and blogs relevant to the times, because we build our content strategies early on in the year. So when this kind of hit, we had to kind of go back and look at what content we were pushing out. And some of it revolved around, getting together with people during the summer, and that just wasn't the case this year. So we had to go back, take a look at what a lot of blog topics for clients were. So it's important to keep everything relevant and adjust on the fly as needed. As far as your long-term SEO strategy, not much should really change, because at the end of the day, your SEO strategy is a long-term strategy and you want to keep it that way. So as we kind of go to a new normal, we should start to see things return as needed, and the things that you may have changed in during coronavirus, you don't want to have to backtrack and then lose all the work that you did prior. So things like minor keyword changes are a good thing to have implemented, like the curbside pickup and things like that, where it may still be a popular search term moving forward. And also, you can make long-term changes if you have discovered new things about your businesses and where you want to go with it. So maybe you have a new industry that you're now working with. Maybe you're a B2B company that you just reached out to a different sector that you wouldn't have had this not happened. And if it's something that you want to keep doing once all this is over, then yeah, you can absolutely continue to implement that into your SEO strategy and build keywords and metadata and all that good stuff around that. So just to kind of summarize everything that I went over, continue to keep your customers updated with what's going on with your business. Stay the course of the long-term strategy. And if you found new opportunities, go for it. Add it to your strategy and become a stronger business for it. Thanks, guys.